Some questions from a dentist point of view. So, is it necessary for a dentist who is the first time to buy intraoral scanner, to buy an intraoral scanner that is expensive, that has all the functions, that has very premium design, premium software, and so on? Is it really necessary, in your opinion?
No,
No?
I think that makes no sense in many cases. If you see so, a low price doesn't mean cheap. Never ever.
Yeah.
Low price is always a question how you can have the approach in your market to address the right target group.
Yeah.
So there are some features, maybe with a specialty someone needs, could be the case, but I think that is the minority in many cases. You need to have an reachable entry in terms of pricing. That's the number one driver in everything you are doing, especially in digitalization, because the scanner is the beginning, and there are coming more. Software solution, the IT infrastructure, you need to have training, you're looking for a 3D printer afterwards, and this is a budget you need to take into account. In our current situation, many stuff in Europe, but also in Germany, this kind of cost calculation, pre-calculation, it's much more important 2 years ago. And that makes sense. But lucky you, lucky us, lucky dentists, is simply that because of the progress and the evolution of scanners the last years.
It's changing so fast.
Exactly. The pricing with Alliedstar, with a very good pricing, 15,000–16,000 euros for a wireless scanner, it's almost nothing compared to what it is. Makes sense for many of them. So you have a very easy start into your digital life, and you have always room for improvement in terms of getting new software on board, in terms of getting a 3D printer, whatever you need, step by step. Even if you don't have at the moment this budget, not a big deal. What can you do? You just take the scan with your very nice 200E with the scanner, you do the impression scan and you just send it to a milling center, or even you have your own lab close to your practice. They are always running that kind of digitalization, and so it's a kind of a win-win situation for both. It's easier for you. Scanner will never have a tired Monday or a lazy Friday. It's always the same quality you can bring. It's done by your assistant and the job is done.
So we have seen that there are more and more software features and functions on the intraoral scanner after finishing a scan. Does it really necessary to learn a lot on the design part after for dentist? After finish scan.
I know what you mean.
Does it really necessary?
Again,
because
I think
this part previously mainly the technician's part.
I agree with you. And if you take into account that we have this kind of group, 32% are running their own practice lab. I think it's
they're doing the design by themselves.
Exactly. That's in many cases they're doing this design. If not, they have a kind of standardized processing already. And then this lab team is responsible to do the tailor or the customization for the patient. Make some special projects. It's the other way around. But in fact, it's always a standardized process in place, and then you can adapt to that. I think that makes sense. If you get back to that, what the scanner needs is after the scan. If you need plenty of modules, for sure it makes sense. But not by default. What we think is that even that needs to be adapted to the needs of the clinic. So get back to the fridge, the idea with my kids. It's quite simple. What I mean is, if my fridge are singing songs all the time, or you can order some sandwiches, or maybe go to the cinema with my fridge, my kids would be overwhelmed. Makes no sense at all. So let the fridge be a fridge. If necessary, you can put on some more modules, you can do that. But by default, I think it makes sense to have the standard modules you need, and then you get more stuff on board. So if you want to have the design software, why not? But in many cases, I think this will be not done by the dentist. It's done by always a kind of lab guy, part of the team or part of the partnership to the dentist.
Let's talk further on digital dentistry. Let's talk more about digital dentistry regarding the AI design. So there may be one day that AI design will take place of the technician. So can you imagine what will happen?
Yeah, there are some solutions. I think if you, and I'm pretty sure you do that. We are doing this as well. We are observing a lot. We are going to exhibition in China and so on. So we are observing the market quite close. Yeah. And yes, I agree with you. There is something in place. You know, we are very long in this business. So, and we've seen a lot of projects.
You always look at an eye
exactly, on that. But many projects was not finalized. Many project has a kind of a block in the road and then was out of scope and something like that. So for that is, there's a chance that this will be replace a lot of people. Yeah. But in fact, I need to prove. Yeah. I need the evidence. I don't see the evidence so far. Yeah. If you have a standardized like a crown or maybe an inlay only, even this is quite complicated to do so. You need someone who can have
make
that
customization
assessment, just the assessment, if that makes sense or not, you know. And for that, I don't think that the dental lab is going to be replaced completely by any AI solution. I don't think so. Some of their processes, yes, but not all. I don't think so.
So that means some simple steps can be replaced.
Very helpful. Even the dental labs have the same issues like you and me have, or maybe our clients have. The cost is always to address that. It's always a business. So even for those groups, it's very important to find the easier processing and easier ways to do their jobs.
So I think AI design tools can be an assistant.
Can be
a virtual assistant for dental technician, rather than taking the place of the dental technician.
Maybe next year when we have another conversation, another progress, one time again, and it's not so easy to formulate that. I'm not a native speaker, but in fact, you know, dentistry in comparison to other businesses and to other markets, it's like this, you know, it's like this. It's a very tiny one. It's very a small segment, and you need to be a nerd or a dental guy who really is going to dig into these details. And even though they are looking for other solutions, so it takes time. If you be in dentistry and you look for a new technology, it's sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 years until the finalized solution is available. And for that, I can't wait if we have something like that. But so far, I don't see a valid solution.
So, final question: do you think maybe in the within next 5 years, 3D printer are able to print permanent crown bridge in large scale? You have been in the 3D printing industry, dental 3D printing industry for many years, and you are very familiar with the developments, the cutting edge technologies that's going on.
Well,
so what's the idea?
Let's try to answer the question like this. I think it's not a matter of the technology itself. I think it's doable. There are some solutions already in Bego and SprintRay. They already shown there is a material you can do. To be a patient and to be in touch with your dentist is always a kind of relationship management. So you have that matter of trust. So you have that matter of if this makes sense to do like this, or you just be on the conservative side and say, let's be safe. So there's always the next step is the design. It's the front, the premolar or the molar section. And so many questions. If you can do this permanently with a 3D print, or you do it on the old way to have different ways of manufacturing your aesthetics. And this is maybe more the question of convincing the dentist this makes sense to use that kind of technology. Time again, from a technology standpoint, I think it's doable. It's already in place. But we don't see, especially in Germany, not that kind of progress so far. It will take time.
I think there are still some challenges to overcome. For example, the shade that is very similar to our human teeth, and also the duration you have mentioned, especially not just the crown, especially the bridge duration, and even more complicated cases.
Absolutely. That's what we try to formulate. I think on the front is always different than in the molar section, and depends on the needs by the patient, what he wants to do. and the approach of the dentist is that what counts. So that kind of relationship management is the number one, and he is going to choose what kind of technology is the right setup for his patient. If he says, let's go with the CEREC, why not? Let's go with the 3D print, why not? Or go to the dental lab and do it absolutely manually, that's the right way. And all these different ways make sense.
So thank you for sharing your experience with Alliedstar intraoral scanner and your insights on the digital dentistry.
You're welcome.
And
my pleasure.
Hope we can talk next time.
Very good.
Further on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.